What is up? It's your boy Ronan back at you again with another video. If you don't know who I am, I'm an illustrator, artist, designer, but most importantly, comic book fan. I got a really cool comic book called The Heavy. You can check it out, link in the description below. It's a pretty cool comic book. It's kind of like a sci-fi militaristic comic. I've said this like 10 times by now, I should know it. But it's like a militaristic sci-fi comic, mechs, sci-fi kind of stuff. A lot of details, hyper detail, like machinery and guns and stuff. If you like stuff like that, check it out. You know what I mean? In the description below, I think you'll like it. But anyways, today I'm gonna be doing an illustration of I was cleaning out my hard drive and I ran across an illustration that I never really finished. So I figured, you know, that's content right there. You know what I mean? So it's a cool little Blade Runner illustration I was working on, and I hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch you at the end. All right, peace.
Yeah, so like I was saying, I was cleaning off my hard drive trying to make space in there, and I came across this Blade Runner that I never finished. I don't know what I was doing. I just did it just to be doing it, I guess. It was it's just pencil and ink, and for some reason though, I decided, I went and looked. I had other versions of it, and I had a vectorized version that I was working on. For some reason, I decided not to color it just on Photoshop. I decided to do it with Illustrator. So I went ahead and found that and grabbed that, and that's what I'm going to be working on today. Because I had already started on it, some of it is already vectorized and flattened a little bit, but the colors aren't there yet. So yeah. I think originally, because I mean, kind of, sometimes I like to do things in Illustrator, but really it's a lot easier to color things in Photoshop, really. But I think I was originally gonna do this more in a painterly fashion, not a linear fashion. Linear meaning you have outlines around your stuff to define the shapes, whereas painterly would mean the color, the shape itself defines itself. It doesn't have an outline on it. So I'm thinking maybe that was the original idea, although I chose not to do that ultimately. So yeah, don't know why I was working on this. I mean, I am a big fan of Blade Runner. It's one of my favorite films, that and the second one, 2049. I love that movie. So yeah, we'll be having, I'll be having probably more work, because I found quite a few things. I was going through a lot of my old art. I have some stuff I hadn't even scanned yet, that I just had lying around. So I figured I'd throw this up on the channel because it's totally in line. I mean, it's not a comic books, but it's still kind of like geek fandom kind of stuff, you know? So yeah, cyberpunk is like one of the coolest genres out there. I love doing cyberpunk illustrations. Maybe that's why I was working on this. Like, I've just recently got this game, The Ascent. Nerdy gaming news. This game, The Ascent, came out, and I mean, it's probably one of the coolest cyberpunk worlds I've ever seen built. I mean, the environments are so super dense and just crammed with detail, and it's just so beautiful. That's one of the things I just love about cyberpunk, the cyberpunk genre. I haven't tried out the Cyberpunk 2077 yet, but it's not supposed to be good, so I'm probably not going to try it out anyway. I also kind of have a cyberpunk influence in my illustration style and work, but I'm trying to think of other cyberpunk influences. I mean, I guess Akira kind of. I mean, it's not really. I guess you could say the city is very cyberpunk. The aesthetic is cyberpunk, but maybe it's not totally a cyberpunk genre. Speaking of which, I've been meaning to get around to doing a Akira drawing, so I got that. Got to get around to that. And also Ghost in the Shell. I love, especially the original anime movie. I don't know what was that, for early 2000s, maybe 2099, somewhere around there. I love that movie, and it's just it was major influence on me. So yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of funny. Cyberpunk even though I don't personally do cyberpunk stuff, but it's that genre has had a major influence on my art and like the kind of stories I like to tell. So essentially what I'm doing here is I'm kind of essentially almost like redrawing the whole drawing. I'm tracing it in vectors, which is really time consuming. Like I said, I do this sometimes. I don't know why I was doing it with this illustration. I think I was just messing around. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. It was just kind of a thing I was messing around with. So yeah, this took a while to do, because it kind of makes no sense that I would do a complex drawing like this basically twice, but that's what I did. Also, speaking of vector drawings, a word of advice: if you're going to do an illustration in vectors, you really need to make it needs to be either super complex or super simple. So it should be simple, like a geometric illustration, like a logo or something, or it needs to be a really complex piece like this, because what tends to happen is, you know, vector lines are not like drawn by the human hand. The human hand kind of has like a little bit of wiggle and energy to them. Vector lines are totally perfect, and because they're totally perfect, they tend to look strange. They just look weird. So if your drawing is not sufficiently complex or super simple, it's just gonna look weird, and you might as well just do it by hand. I want to add that this video was actually, I was recording too many videos. It was getting way too long, so it's just gonna skip to the end at one point, because I at a certain point I had some like 17 or 18 20-minute videos or whatever. It was just getting too long. So yeah, I just cut it off at a certain point because it was getting ridiculous. So yeah, not too much to say. Just I guess sit back and chill and watch the video. So yeah, that's my Cyberpunk Blade Runner illustration. You could probably see, if you know anything about Illustrator, like there were like a zillion layers, because like I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. So I didn't want to like erase anything or destroy anything. So everything got its own layer virtually. So it's a really messy piece when I under the hood, but it turned out all right. I'll be posting this on my Instagram. If you go follow me there, link in the description of this video.
So that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, you know, I mean, I found actually quite a few older pieces, so maybe I'll be, you know, making videos of those. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, comment. It really helps me out a lot. Share all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, peace.